This is the Carwash on Soccer Laduma Radio. Sizohlangana khona.
Pole position is where we ask on Facebook of our fans their opinion on a certain topic. And we asked you guys, should Itumeleng Khune make his return to the Kaizer Chiefs starting 11, especially after Akpeyi's miserable time against Maritzburg United? Here's what you had to say.
I'm an Orlando Pirates fan. So once they bring Khune who doesn't have form, then they lost the league.
We started this season very powerful because of him, while Itumeleng Khune was not around. So as a true fan of Kaizer Chiefs, I suggest and advise that Akpeyi must be on the first 11.
Itumeleng Khune must return to the starting lineup. The problem here is the coach. The coach wants to prove a point that he can win the league without Khune.
Itumeleng Khune should get a chance,
About Daniel Akpeyi, I think we shouldn't have waited for him to make a mistake before benching. We've seen so many things. If you do know football, the guy lacks the goalkeeping basics. Now that Khune is back, he must go back straight to the starting lineup.
The goalkeeping department is under fire. Daniel is being let down by his defenders. They're not organized.
I don't think it's the right time for Itumeleng Khune to return back to the starting position.
So, one thing that we didn't touch on when we spoke about the Maritzburg Chiefs game is Akpeyi's mistakes in that match. He had a couple shocking ones, one that directly led to a goal.
Yeah.
And brought up the question, Khune's fit again, does he return?
It's such a big conversation. I've been there. And my first instinct is no, you stick with Akpeyi. That's my first answer to that.
Yeah.
It was a very bad mistake. If it happens again, then yes, for sure. I believe so. I think he's been instrumental over the past 10, 15 games in getting Chiefs where they are. He did make a few errors when he first arrived, so you're like, oof, a little bit shaky, a little bit nervy. Like, what have we done? But he cemented his spot. This is no disrespect to Itu. Itu's a world-class keeper. We know that.
Yep.
Unfortunately, being a goalkeeper, it comes with its own territory in terms of being patient, losing your spot, fighting for your spot. And Itu's only been back 2-3 weeks. So I can speak for days on this. My initial instinct is give Daniel another 2-3 games. That's my opinion.
Yeah, it's just that it comes out like Itu is actually supporting Akpeyi. Maybe I'm reading this out of context. I don't know. Taking nothing away from Itu and what he means to Kaizer Chiefs and what he has achieved as well. But now here comes the boy that made a mistake, and looking at where the team is and looking at the games that he actually saved the team to be where they are, like Sean has said. Now you come to a point where he actually makes a mistake. Now there's a whole lot of halabahu about Itu coming back. So here's what Itu's saying. I think it boils down to confidence. The more I keep working hard at training, the more I will convince the coaches that I deserve to be back in the team. I deserve to be back in the team. That line on its own, you're not supporting your fellow goalkeeper. Instead of coming out, because you must understand you're a leader. You're the captain of the team. This just happened. There's this fire. You need to put it out. You need to say that, guys, he made a mistake. We need to back him up. People do make mistakes. Goalkeepers does miss mistakes. Those were the things that you speak about. You can't be saying like, I need to convince the coach that I do deserve to.
Saying, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's not about you. So now he makes it about him now. And that's my problem. Like, we all make mistakes. It's just that Kaizer Chiefs fans, they prefer losing a game with Itu in the post than preferring losing a game with somebody else.
Yeah.
And not actually looking at the performance of the person. They're not looking at the performance at all because we don't like you, we don't like your personality, we just don't like you as a person.
Yeah,
That's it.
And they forget that Akpeyi has a couple Player of the Month awards for Chiefs.
How many Man of the Match awards that he have? He also has a Player of the Month.
Yeah.
And this is the guy that actually has been doing very, very well. But also within the season, you can go back to all the good goalkeepers within the league. Dennis Onyango, for instance.
Plenty mistakes this year.
Plenty mistakes, but he's still the top goalkeeper in the country. Not even in the country, in the continent itself.
Yeah.
But if you're a smart coach, you look at the situation, you don't get emotional. You see what's right. Like Sean has said, Itu just says back for 2 weeks. So the fans think Itu is ready just because he's on the bench. Do you know what I'm saying? So now what will happen now if if he puts Itu in and then they still lose the game. Maybe Itu doesn't make a mistake, but they do lose the game. What's going to happen then? So you know what's going to say to the coach, which means everything that the supporters are saying, the coach should be doing.
Yeah.
And the coach has been winning games, irrespective of what the supporters have been saying. The supporters have felt like, yeah, Chiefs is back. And then once Chiefs are in the lead, they're very comfortable. The same fans, they come back and say, but we're not playing attractive football. Chief, choose what you want.
Yeah.
You know, choose a poison. Make up your mind what you want. You're 5 years, 4 years without winning anything. Now you're on the verge of winning something, and very, very stylishly so. You still want to complain. Come on, team. This is not a Black Label Cup where it's just two teams and then you can win it and that's it. I think as a Chiefs fan need to understand what's the bigger picture here.
Correct.
You know, and I think they fail to understand that because there's a goalkeeper that is playing week in, week out, but they can't brag about him because he's not a likable person. I think that's what South Africans are. Like, if they don't like you...
It's all about the brand. It's all about the persona.
Yeah, irrespective of how you play. If they don't like you, they just don't like you. They start having perception about you like, that's why he thinks is that. But because they don't like you. Because Itu is that friendly guy, whatever the case may be. But guys, realistically speaking, how many games has Akpeyi played this season and where is Kaizer Chiefs? If Itu was coming back and Kaizer Chiefs was doing bad, I mean, really. Now you understand. We're in a different situation now. So I think, like you said, I think the coach should be smart, and I am hoping that he is smart, and I think he is smart.
I agree.
So he needs to let Akpeyi play, irrespective of what the noise.
Yeah, and I mean, adding on to what you guys are saying about Itu being this likable guy and that creating this perception with the fans that he should be back. I mean, I'm on Twitter every day, and Itu is very involved on Twitter. Every single day he posts a picture of him saving the ball. You know what I mean? And so it creates this perception that because Daniel isn't as active on social media, so he's not connecting with fans as much.
I think Middendorp will back himself. I think Middendorp will keep Daniel for the next couple of games. Akpeyi, I don't see why not. And he's shown that as well. Middendorp backs himself, even with this Shangazi debacle as well, with what's going on.
This is the Carwash on Laduma Radio. Sizohlangana khona.